like extremely super loud. Holy hell, that is, yeah, no, why? It is rather loud. Extremely loud, rather loud. I can speak tonight. Alright, I just don't know how the actual audio balance is. Let me just quickly mute myself and unmute the other things. Audio balances. Unmute the other thing. Okay, I need to turn this down immensely. I'm gonna turn this up a bit. I think that will work better. I'd have to again hear myself. Wait, no, and mute the game on my own and then that will let me hear better. Wait, no, okay, that sounds better. Replay the game. Okay, I think the audio balance is at least not entirely a mess, so I will attempt to go with this. If anyone appears in the chat during this time, just let me know how audio balance is. I'm gonna go throw myself in a call and channel I'm in. If people want to talk, I'll probably talk with them. There I go. I am in a chat. Move this a little bit. Okay, so now that technical things are hopefully out of the way, like unless I need to fix audio balancing issues, this is the Genius of Sapphiros. It is a Touhou fan game. It's an RPG, one of a few made by a circle known as Strawberry Bose. It exists. It's a game. People have played it. People have made Let's Plays of it. I have made a Let's Play of it before in the past in screenshot form. Screenshot form is a bit more comfortable than doing anything remotely live, but here we are. This is what we're doing. I'm gonna push a key. I have save files that we're not going to look at. We're gonna start a new game. That's what that Japanese roughly means, I'm pretty sure. So let's go. We begin at the shrine, as always, I guess. Dialogue will appear, I think, shortly. There we are. It's summer. Summer sucks. Winter's almost no better, but it's hot versus cold, so what are you gonna do about it? Glare. Ah, poppin'. Perfect. Also, mist. Very, very sudden mist. Yeah, no, that really just pops in, doesn't it? What could it be? It's mist. I know, it really just pops in like that. I never really thought about it until actually paying attention to that. I don't know, maybe it's just a misty day. That's like sometimes that happens. I'm not really familiar with like the weather patterns in Japan, so Aku, we've won you instead of two. Is it on fire? If not, then I don't see how this is a concern. Oh. It is many unconscious things. Oh, multiple incidents. Oh, that's gonna be a disaster. What the? Puzzling bamboo thicket? Is that what they called it in this? Instead of bamboo forest of the lost? Really? I forget some of the very weird translation things that the team that translated this did. I think we understand that the mist is probably the cause. Maybe it's just an extreme case of summer heat. What, you think someone's gonna drop... Wait, would that be... How would you do gas attacks in a place like Gensokyo? Also, wouldn't that just like literally break if you tried to hit anything with it? Like, isn't ice fragile? I wouldn't know. This was a stronghold? It looks like the shore of a lake. That's not really a stronghold. That's a shore. There is much panic. And you are completely fine, so you are not at all suspicious. Oh. So they're just out of it, but that's about it. That is a strange thing. A mist that attacks only the strange and the unusual. Which is weird because there are many strange and unusual people that we've seen that are so far not being knocked out. Just seems like the weaklings. Also weird... Okay, font, you decided to be weird. Okay, so even like the stronger folk are feeling it, but it's just like not as much as everyone else. has gotten even to a place outside space and time, or something like that. You are like 5 steps behind everyone else, Shen. So in other words, it's an incident. Hello. So in other words, whoever is doing this essentially could be doing it a lot worse than they are. This is just like a gentle nudge. But the scale of said gentle nudge is, well, kind of huge to be encompassing an entire mountain valley. And there's our title drop screen thing. We're not done with cutscenes though. We will be getting through the cutscenes soon. Also, this is where I get to manually advance text instead of having it be automatic. God with a capital G? No, I don't think that's how that works. Right, ghosts can do that. I don't know why. Ah, yes, working. Sitting. That's work. Oh. What could be? Reimu, that is like the weirdest present anyone would give. Like, that makes more sense for Marissa. You know, just get some forest mushrooms, make them in something, cook out the poison or whatever. Yeah, forest of magic mushrooms. I mean, they're probably edible, maybe. Then again, Marissa is effectively immune to poison at this point, so I don't know. Potentially. Oh, no. It's summer. Yeah. Now we have another person. So, why would Kaneko give you a frickin' ghost? What would a god of a mountain have to do with ghosts? Yeah, she mentioned the kappa. Of course it's cucumbers. Like, that's obvious. No, you didn't do anything wrong. Reimu just has the strangest expectations. Hmm? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's an incident. Usually she gets on top of incidents. Like, really fast. Yeah. Reimu would usually be out within like a good half hour to an hour of something coming up that could be a problem. Unless it was like subterranean animism, but that was a weird thing. Why are you here? Oh. This is boring. Clearly. That's not your job, actually. Your job's to keep the balance. That is absolutely not your job, Reimu. Still love how Sane is the only one not affected by Yukari coming in. What a prankster. You... Mm. Of course she was. I mean, it's Yukari. Why wouldn't she be? I mean, it's not. No one's passed out that is a human. Mm-hmm. Oh. Of course. War. Or maybe not war, but, you know, something like that. Yeah, get off your ass and actually do a thing. This is something you do all the time. Yeah. She's got a... I mean, her real intention or not, that's, you know, that's just their job. Like, why are they not doing their job? And it's not just yokai extermination anyhow. Like, yokai extermination is a part of it, but that's just keeping yokai in line. Humans need to be kept in line too. She is the sole policewoman of the whole place, in a sense. It's weird. And off she goes. So we got 3 folk here who are involved in this now. And we have a second eavesdropper. Surprise, it's Ida. No kidding. Yep, she wants to do an article, despite the fact that this is kind of an article on, you know, an incident. Which honestly, considering Hidden Star in 4 seasons, this is quite in character. It's material. It's something to throw in the paper. Thank you, Cutoff. Alright, and now to figure out where do we go, which usually means just poking anything that might be even tangentially related. So we're just gonna go to the first thing that even remotely has anything to do with this. And that's the Scarlet Devil Mansion. So here we are. We are now in control. We can do things. This is the world map. World map has things. This is Myron Temple. We can get Byakuren early if we go here and wait for an hour. we're not doing that, so nope. Iante will be going there later. Corando and the Forest of Magic also later. Other places, Garden of the Sun. Nothing more here. Garden of the Sun. The Netherworld. Zuka. Yokai Mountain. The Underground is over here. And there's Scarlet Double Mansion, that's where we're supposed to be going. And yeah, that's about it. We'll go first back into the shrine. We get some little help things. This will just tell us where we're supposed to be going next. You know, hey, Scarlet Double Mansion is north of here, you dummy. Go look around for the giant flashing sign. There are magic circles. These are our save points. They restore all of our things to full. They save the game as well, because there's autosave. Autosave also happens if you go into menu and quit out. Speaking of menu, let's look at menu. We have 4 characters to start with. We've also been playing for like nearly 18 minutes, despite the fact we just got into gameplay. We'll just look at what stats are. Some of these are fairly obvious as to what they do. Strength effects, physical attack, vitality, physical defense. Dexterity is accuracy and induction, which is something I'll briefly touch on in a bit. Agility is speed and evasion. Intelligence is magic attack, and potential affects crit rate and resistance. I think no, it doesn't affect magic defense because magic defense is still 0, despite the fact that Ramuh has a potential of 18, which is pretty high. Physical attack, physical defense, magic attack, magic defense, those are all fairly obvious. Accuracy and evasion are fairly obvious. Induction, that is basically our status effect chance rate, and also like it affects the strength of buffs, debuffs, all of that. It can also affect duration, like the level of poison if you inflict poison. Like anything related to status effects in any way, even buffs, are also attributed to induction. So that's important for characters who do that. Resistance is obviously resistance to that kind of thing, and then speed is speed. Then to the right of that we have our elemental resistances, which are unfortunately still in Japanese, but from like left to right, top to bottom, we got fire, water, earth, electric, light, dark, mystic, slash, stab, and strike. That's pretty much it. We also have, obviously, HP, MP, lives, and bombs. HP is HP. This is fairly obvious. It restores to full after combat in any situation. There are no items, so yeah, it's just literally you're always at max when you start a battle. MP is MP. It does not restore after battle. You need to use a circle to restore MP. Lives represent how many times you can be KO'd before you can no longer be brought back to life after battle. Lives will be restored upon magic circle, so they're not really a big deal unless you die a lot in a dungeon. And bombs are just another resource alongside MP that is used when you use skills. And that's that. We have formations. This game is kind of like Romancing Saga in that you have a bunch of formations that can affect stats. I think we might want to do Trickster for this. I think Trickster's how I usually start out for this. Put Marissa in the back because she's a mage, because the back gets some magic up, and the front gets attack and defense up, and the middle gets attack up. It's a pretty good starting formation for our first 4 characters, so we'll go with that. Equipment, we obviously have equipment. You got a weapon, a shield, armor, and 3 accessories. Go more into stuff like that when it becomes relevant, especially shields, because shields are important. Growth is one of the big things about this game. Excuse me. Everyone has different, like, trees, kind of, skill trees, that you can invest points in. The point investment is actually temporary. You can always, like, put a point into something and take it out whenever you want. So you can completely adjust all of your stuff on the fly. And that's pretty cool. It's one of the things I like about this game. Their settings, the usual. There's easy mode in this version of the game. Easy mode, obviously you deal more damage, you take less, you have a higher status effect chance. EO5's recent basic versus advanced is pretty similar. I'm going to be keeping easy mode on, and the reason being is that this game is exceptionally brutal, and honestly, like, I've played this game with both easy mode on and off. The difference between the two is not very high anyhow. Like, it's there is a difference, and it is slightly noticeable, but, like, if anything would be killing you in like, normal mode, it would be killing you just as much in easy mode, so it's honestly not that big of a change. I figure I might as well give myself a small mercy there. Items just lets us look at our very, very empty inventory at the moment. Party lets us swap between our party members. There's a commander, which would be relevant if we had enough people for a commander, so we will not worry about that now. Skills, everyone has a selection of skills. You can only equip up to 6 at a time. You get more skills as you level up, fairly standard. We'll go over what everyone does shortly. Records lets us see our various records. Playtime, I think, is counted between all play files. I'm not entirely sure on that. And obviously, how many times you won, how many times you ran away, how many times you were KO'd, you know, bestiary and the like, etc., etc. How many times you started the game? I don't even know. Bestiary, which we don't have anything of. All of our equipment, I guess. And all of our formations, if you want to look at that. And pause just freezes the game timer. It's a thing that you can do, I guess. I don't know. Because otherwise the game timer is still going. So, that is that. Okay, lots of talking. Let's look at our 4 characters before we go on. And then we'll actually do gameplay and combat and things. So we got our 4 characters here. We got Reimu. Reimu is all about light attacks and like barriers and stuff. She's kind of jack of all trades-ish. She can do a bit of everything and do it decently enough, but her physical attacks aren't the greatest. Her magic attacks are only great if you are dealing with people who are weak to light. I will actually just throw a point into this, get some extra speed. And her barriers are actually pretty good. So her support is pretty decent, and her magic is decent if you're hitting weaknesses. And that's about it. She's fairly decent as a character. Marissa is her mage. She gets mystic attacks, and then also fire, electric, and water attacks. In my opinion, her elemental attacks are better than her mystic attacks. So, you know, unfortunately we don't start with any, we only start with her magic. So we're going to just put a point into our lasers for the time being. Sai is our white mage. She has heals, and she has many, many buffs. And her buffs are extremely potent. So, when the time comes when we get her buffs, we will be using them quite a bit. They are very, very good. I'll just give her a general HP and MP thing. Aya is our first physical attacker. She is extremely speedy, extremely accurate, extremely dodgy, very, very high agility. Her attacks aren't the strongest, especially, and they won't, like, really become as strong as other physical attackers, but, like, for the time being, since she's the only physical attacker we have, she's pretty good. She gets a variety of various skills that will be helpful. And that's it for now. We will go into more mechanical details as they crop up. So first, we shall go to... Actually, before we do that, there is one place I missed. Aki's house. Let's go there first. Slam the door. Yeah, that's kind of a lot of people in, you know, the place. Sadly. I guess it makes sense. There's not really much of anything. There's only like a couple people who have done mist-related things in the past, and even then the only one who's done anything of this scale is Remilia. Also, she gives us some recipes for synthesis or alchemy, which we will be doing eventually. We won't be doing that right away because Corindon is not open at this point, but we will be doing it when we get there. It is basically a way of making more equipment because otherwise there's no shops, there's no money in this game, nothing like that. You just make things from recipes, and we just get a bunch of stuff. Skip through all that basic equipment that we will be able to make once we are able to go here, which will not be right away. We will instead be going to our first dungeon, or tutorial of the game, the Scarlet Devil Mansion. And as usual, Maling is having a siesta. What a lock. It is like a mansion, so yeah. That's rude. Just make an extremely loud noise. That's the best idea. That was barely a trick. She has. She does thieve things around here. I wouldn't say the acquaintances. No. No, that's... no. Alright, fighting. So yeah, we have our skills. There are, you know, basic attacks and skills. Skills are powerful. They cost MP, but are powerful. Let's just smack her in the face to start. Actually, no. Use the basic attacks and whatnot. There are other aspects of combat that will happen. I'm not getting into those. We're just gonna do the basic shit. And smack her in your stupid face. She is extremely weak and also weak to light. We also get a decent amount of XP and whatnot, but not quite enough for a first level. The sacrifice. She's not dead, is she? Sacrifice. What are you talking about? Ah, of course. You need to get inside. Don't worry about strange voices from the beyond. Of course. Many. No, we're not. This is not the time for that article. We should be doing incident-related articles. Perhaps. Oh. Who knows? It has a chupacabra. Maybe that leads there. The joke. And goodbye. That staircase doesn't look like it fit anyone either, but then again, who cares about size? Yep, this is the library. I mean, that's what you had to do when the first time you came here. You went through the library and then the hallways. No, we get it. We get it. Thank you, Reimu. I'm actually with you on this one. Let's move on. So, dungeon gameplay. Amazing. We have items. We got a sword. Let's give that sword to Reimu, probably. She can make good use of it. Each character can only equip 3 weapons plus their specialty weapon. Reimu has swords, spears, staves, and her gohei. Knives, spears, staves, broom. Knives, spears, axe, snake, and swords, spears, axe, fan. Their specialty weapons have stuff for them specifically, but the other weapons are usually more useful depending on the character. Anyhow, combat. Let's fight these things. They're pretty weak, so we don't need to worry too much about stuff. So there are 2 things. First, last word. There's a random chance that you will get a last word, which is basically everyone has their own limit break type of thing. And then on top of that, there's if the screen flashes red, it's a critical hit. Obviously that does more damage. Having more potential will affect critical hit chance, and so on and so forth. If it flashes green, it's something else. We'll get to that when we get to what green does. This fairy can actually be a problem, especially since we're literally just level 1, and we are incredibly weak at level 1. Like, even just one of Marissa's spells was not enough to one-shot it. If it actually gets stuff off, it would be quite a danger, so we'll be doing... Wait, it has less magic attack than our broom? Huh. That's weird. That is rather weird. Wait a minute. We want to really make sure this thing dies as soon as possible. I say this thing, but you know, fairy. Fairy must die rather quick. Yeah, it's not enough for a one-shot. That is worrisome. The fairies do have weapon skills, and those weapon skills can be pretty dangerous. I'm gonna give you the lance. Yeah, we got the basic weapons for everyone, because their starter weapons are generally pretty garbage. Fortunately, the enemies in this room are in like small enough like formations that it's not too bad. Also, we got an item drop. That should be actually, yeah, that is absolutely better. We'll give that to her. Enemies can obviously drop weapons or they can drop other things, fortunately. The frickin' drop rates on equipment is decent. Drop rates on materials is low. Materials obviously matters for making things. Otherwise, yeah. Thankfully, equipment drops are pretty good. They increase the drop rates in the most recent version. Oh yeah, another thing, I'm gonna read this. This help book no longer applies. In the earlier versions of this game, what would happen is when you got any item, they would appear in yellow, whether it was from a chest or from a drop. And you could not actually use the item until you left the dungeon and came back in. And if you wipe, all yellow items are returned to their chests, and if it was a drop, you just lose it. There's no reclaiming a drop unless you get the drop again. They removed that because that's stupid. And they just didn't remove the help text for it. And they didn't fix a lot of other things that are a problem with this game, but they at least fixed that. There we got a shield. Unfortunately, no one in our party is able to use large shields at the time, so we can't really do anything with that. We'll get into what shields do when we actually get a shield we can use. Oh jeez, yeah, that almost one-shots on it. If you are KO'd in combat, you still get experience. Fortunately, yep, there she goes. And that's why these guys are actually dangerous. But you still get experience. As long as you are participating in the battle, you will get experience, and you will get power. Large armor, we cannot do anything with that either. Just some basic treasure. But unfortunately, we have no one with the ability to wield that stuff yet. I actually want to go down here. And also we're out of MP, so that's going to be a problem. Fortunately, we're still early enough that doesn't matter too much. But, man, they're not on a line. That's, like, rather frustrating. Actually being able to hit things with AoEs would be good. And also paralysis. That's a problem. We are actually having a problem here. That's a waste. We might still have this. We probably still have this. We just have to actually kill this fairy rather quick. Oh, we might not have this. We might be wiping. Nope, Marissa with the clutch crit at the end. Okay, we're good. And we got a level up. Level ups obviously give us stats and skills. Got another skill for Marissa, which we will go put on her. It is Cold Inferno, just a water attack. Water attacks are good. She might want some new, like some refilled MP though, because, oh dear, blind. Blind sucks. It means you can't use any physical attacks in any way, shape, or form. It's pretty bad. Status effects in general can be fairly crippling. Let's show off a last word. Let's use Sanae's. Sanae's is a full party buff that just buffs everyone's stats completely. It's pretty powerful. Also, we got silenced. Not that it matters. Because the fighting is over. Dagger, no one's gonna be wielding daggers right now. Also, that was a key. Keys will open gold doors. Fairly simple. There are like locked doors and locked chests.
Gold keys will open doors. Silver keys will open chests. Pretty simple. Okay, a buckler. That is something that someone can equip. We'll put it on Reimu. The way shields work in this game is that they don't directly add attack, or not attack, they don't directly add defense. They have a chance of activating when you are attacked, and that's denoted by the evasion stat, which is 50. So half the time, if Reimu is attacked, she will receive 20 more physical defense and 16 more magic defense against any attack that has the associated elements. So only physical elements. So she'd only get physical bonuses. There are 4 categories of shield actually. Small, medium, large, and special. Small has lesser defense but higher activation. Medium is balanced. Large, high defense, low activation. And special usually focuses on a particular element. Also, that was poison. Poison sucks. Poison absolutely sucks. Especially when we have no HP in any way, shape, or form. Fortunately, we do have enough lives to get through things, despite the fact we are taking some hits. Ah, new armor that I won't get to put on. And this may actually wipe us, because this encounter is pretty scary. Yeah, let's have you use your bomb, because that might help us. Oh wow, nice. Unfortunately, it does next to no damage. That's great. Oh, time to hope and pray. We probably have this though. There we go. And everyone got some power. Let's throw those into things. Do we want that? Probably not. Let's just get that. Put a point into that. Give you some more speed. And give you some more HP. That's good enough for now. Everything can be freely adjusted, so there's never have to worry about making a wrong choice anywhere. Also, a lot of enemies in here, and we might want to get our MP back before we continue fighting. I don't know. We can probably blow through the rest of this, despite the fact that we are extremely low on everything. Fortunately, the encounters here are pretty simple unless it's 4 fairies. If it's 4 fairies, then we may be very well dead. More armor. Oh yeah, we got that other armor. Let's go group that to you. Give you the adventuring clothes. Oh boy. Yeah. We might be in some serious trouble here. Okay, maybe we're not, but the fact that Reimu is almost out of MP is a problem. Which means actually, yeah, no, I think I'm gonna actually go do that. Just quickly escape. Oop, nope, I didn't want to go back in. Just leave. Ling is still unconscious and will remain so for the rest of the game. We'll just go heal. Healing can bring back some monster encounters. It doesn't bring back all of them, but as you continuously use a magic circle, it will bring back more and more monsters on the field. Later games just have it so that all monsters are brought back when you use a magic circle. Which kind of sucks, but well, that's how it is. Yes, some already came back. I gotta remember where we want to go. We can go up, and up gives us some more treasure. Oh dear. Oh, this doesn't look fun. Let's just casually remove this encounter. Let's not casually remove this encounter as we... Oh dear. This may be a slight problem. Yeah, just have you not attack. Oh yay, we got a sword. That's pretty good. Right now, you attack. Also, enemies can drop special items, either an F item, a P item, not P, a B item, or a L item. Obviously, B 1-ups will give you more lives. B will give you more bombs. F gives you the full status effect, which just increases your stats for a short time. I don't know how much it actually increases it by. I would imagine at least halfway decent amount. I don't know the specific numbers though. Might as well fight all the everything. Why not fight all the everything? We have MP and whatnot now, so... Oh hey, we got the shield. That's pretty good. This is a magic shield. Let's see. Actually, Sonic, I can't make use of it right now. Magic shield has low everything, but it can block magic, and only magic. We want to go this way. The gold door, I believe, leads just straight to the end of the dungeon. This is a pretty short one. Here's our tutorial on silver chests, which gives us another shield. You got that. You can't make use of shields right now, so that's unfortunate. Spears and staves prevent shield usage. They just set the chance of using them to 0. Nope, let's not do that. Let's do this. There we go. Almost already to another power. But what? It didn't kill. That is a problem. Fortunately, we have other magic. Oh jeez, that does a lot. Huh. More power, so let's see. get you a boost to your various things. More damage. More damage. More accuracy. You just sneak behind here. But there is a mini... Really? I didn't know you could do this, but let's fight this thing. Which always starts with a surprise. This is Kawakama, who is just a mini-boss that's just here. She can do that Koa Bomber attack, which reduces HP to like 95 to like 5%. Pretty dangerous. She's weak to light. Fortunately, the fight's not too hard, but Koa Bomber just sort of wrecks your. So you know, gotta be careful of that. Sane is super dead. Also, she acts twice any turn. Now we're not gonna use Miracle Hakuro. We're gonna kill her quickly. There we go. Some nice levels. Got Sleep Peak on Aya. Inflict sleep. That's pretty simple. It's an attack, so it does damage too, but you know, it does what you expect it to do. Just mosey on through, not even care about... I said not even care about some of these encounters, but I guess the game wants me to care. It is generally a good idea to fight as many encounters as you can, just to be able to get more experience and whatnot. But you can totally just avoid them. Not that like doing a low level thing for this game is in any way recommended. But, you know, it's there if you want. We get in-dungeon heal now, and we got a teleporter, which leads back to the beginning. Pretty much every dungeon is set up this way, in which you can just go back to the beginning of the dungeon via a warp, and there's a save point right before what is usually a boss. Let's do this boss. These two. She has tea. Ah, of course, secret. Huh. I see. I don't know about anyone else, but that would like slightly worry me, especially from someone like Sakuya. Like that is actually worrisome. They. Yep, they know we're here. Yeah. Yep, Sakuya is human, so she's fine. Julie is not, on top of already being, you know, not exactly the healthiest of people. Yep. She would not be in the library, at least most of the time. So let's just go. Except no. We do. Well, you do. She was literally chump change. Yes. I mean, it was that way in frickin' Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. How did we get inside in that and come through, you know, the library? That made no sense either. She really is a problem child or something like that. Black thing, that's... not the time. Not the time. You're participating in the fight, Sanae! Why would you need to see the article? What the... why? Yeah, again with Reimu on this one. Can we just get to it? Alright, first actual boss fight of the game. They're not too hard. Sakuya is going to do physical attacks. Patchouli is going to do magic. Patchouli is the more dangerous of the two. You want to wipe her out as soon as physically possible. So we'll do that. Just smack her in the face. Just use everything we got. Oops. That could have hurt more. It fortunately didn't. That hurts a lot more though. Like, seriously, ow. I'll just quickly end this. Also do that, I guess. I got some damage off. And there goes Patchouli. Fortunately, she's fairly easy to kill. Especially since she has weaknesses to light. Sakuya herself is a bit tougher to kill. Can we get sleep bees off? I wonder. Oh dear. Not too bad. The defense down does nothing at this point. And that's that fight. Not particularly hard. Unfortunately, beating people up is the way of the things here, so we just, that's how it goes. Or perhaps she's not the culprit, that's, you know. That is some weird line breakage. That was hardly epic, that was just a cakewalk. But not the time. This is seriously not the time. We'll go on to the second dungeon, I guess, technically. Whoop. Skip dialogue. That is true, but she's in the basement. Fortunately, the basement's probably locked up, so who cares? There we are, second dungeon. Nothing over here. This just leads back to the first dungeon. Go over here. This lets us open the door and go out this way. Do we have... I don't think we have all our MP. No, we don't. We might want to go get that back. Honestly, I've not been going on for that long, but honestly, like, today I just felt kind of tired. And, I don't know. I wanted to do this for like a couple hours, but I'm not really feeling as much into it as I originally did. So I might just cut it short here. This was more me testing if I could do this or not. And honestly, I don't know if anyone even showed up to see it or anything. If you did, thank you very much. I appreciate it. But, you know, this is just, hey, let me do this on a whim thing instead of doing Storm. Which, I mean, looking at people finishing it up now, they were, I guess, doing Sonic Advance 1, 2, and 3. It's my guess. And they have had quite a time of it. So, I don't know. Would have been a fun thing to do, but I didn't do it. I did this instead. Probably a mistake. I don't know, I just kind of feel a little tired and whatnot, so I think I'll try to pick this back up another time. I don't know, we'll see. If anyone did come, thank you very much, and have a good day, evening, stuff like that.